Hello and welcome to another episode of Dem Sports Talk Podcast. I'm your host, the finest Madison, and this is episode 8 of Dem Sports Talk. And we are back again. Like I said, Saturday, here we go, and we are back, man. I know I was talking a lot of shit on that last podcast, and I'm here to get right back into that shit. I'm here to get right back into it. First thing I want to talk about, we're going to go straight to it. We're talking about NBA, my guy. We hopping right into the NBA, my guy, because Game 5 happened, and now we having a Game 6. Yo, I thought that he was going to lose before the game came on. I knew they was going to fight hard, but I did not know this was going to happen. I did not know Jimmy was going to put together another one of these games. Now, I believe in Jimmy. Trust me, I do, but he went from Jimmy Butler to Jimmy Buckets right before our very eyes. So, obviously, we all know that he just won Game 5. That's obvious because that's why I'm talking my shit, and that's why I'm bringing this up. These niggas did their thing, and Jimmy Butler had another triple-double, had 35 points, all of that. But in that same breath, what you wouldn't have probably guessed is LeBron had a triple-double as well, or just about. LeBron dropped 40 points. LeBron played amazingly amazing. But what was the issue in this past game? AD, Anthony Davis. It was a little bit of Anthony Davis, a little bit of coaching, a little bit of execution. But I'm about to put this blame on Anthony Davis because it looked like pretty early they realized that they weren't going to be able to stop LeBron. So they kind of just let LeBron do whatever. That's first. Second, AD, you had Jimmy guarding you for what felt like almost the whole entire night, the whole entire game. And you're about 7 feet. Jimmy's like 6'3". You could have took that mid-range jumper over and over and over again, but you did not. So I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know what was in your mind. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. But you weren't doing what the fuck you were supposed to do. You were supposed to abuse him. So I don't know if that's more credit to Jimmy or more bullshit on your end. Because Jimmy was out there doing his thing, and Jimmy played for fucking 45 minutes? 46 minutes? It's only 48 minutes in a fucking game. So Jimmy played basically the whole entire game. He guarded AD. He guarded LeBron, and it was great. But AD, I'm going to stick on you real quick. You're going to get all my attention right now, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, you little lanky ass, you fragile. You are fucking fragile. You soft and you're sweet. You can see, bro. Like, I don't understand how you matched up with a guy who fucking a foot shorter than you and you don't continue to shoot over him. Like, granted, you're not KD, so that's some KD shit. But still, like, Anthony Davis, like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you are fucking almost 7 feet tall. You got me fucking up with my speech right now. You're about 7 feet tall, bruv. 7 fucking feet tall, bruv. Rise up and shoot over this nigga. That's what you need to do. Now, I know you might think, like, I'm upset with him, and of course I want the Miami Heat to win, but it's like, I'm not upset. It's just like, you playing trash out there. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You clearly have the advantage. You clearly should have been the star of this series. You clearly should have averaged like 40 fucking points this series. They have no one. They have no answer for you. Not a single one. Except for Jimmy, I guess. And your fucking body weak as fuck. Why is your body weak? Why does every little tap and touch seems to make you hurt? Bro, you like I think last night, I swear to God, you laid on the ground like 7 times. Like 7 times you thought you was injured. Like in the way you acted when you hit your fucking ankle or heel on fucking Duncan Robinson's kneecap. I thought your fucking Achilles was torn. You had a little ankle. I don't even know if it was an ankle sprain. I just know I looked at the replay and you jumped up and your fucking heel or ankle or whatever hit Duncan Robinson's kneecap. And a little tap from his kneecap, you weren't able to make it down the court. You know, and to be honest, the real reason why I'm upset with this, Anthony Davis, you are from Chicago. That's where you're from. That is where I'm from. So I'm hurt. I am hurt that you are in the finals representing Chicago like this. I am hurt that you continuously have these fucking air-mailed ass games where you fucking do bullshit when you should be dominating. I'm irritated and hurt that you could be, representing Chicago and putting Chicago all on your back and showing these niggas what we do. Instead, you out here Hollywood with your little box braids and shit. And who the fuck did those box braids bro, y'all still ain't answer my fucking question. Like, who's doing y'all hair in the bubble? I know they built the barbershop, but who the fuck braiding all you niggas' hair? That's what who's braiding y'all hair? Like, that's a serious question. Like, who doing these braids, bro? Anthony Davis, again, you great and all, but you are not taking advantage of your matchups. You are not being dominant. You are not doing any of this. And on top of that, so when you said that you and LeBron was like Kobe and Shaq, that is the most disrespectful bullshit I've ever heard in my fucking life. You and LeBron are not, LeBron being in his 17th year, are not Kobe and Shaq. And 17th year is not even a word. I think with however many minutes LeBron has played, I think he's played enough basketball for like 22 seasons or some shit like that. Like, you and LeBron are not Kobe and Shaq. And that's mainly because of you, Anthony Davis. Because Shaq dominated. Shaq destroyed and treated everybody like they were fucking children on a fucking playground. And he was the fucking big cousin who didn't make it to UCLA. Like, he fucking destroyed everybody. You, Anthony Davis, you cower and fucking shiver when real niggas like Jimmy Butler approach you. That's what happens. And you don't rep for your city like how you should. That's one thing. And another thing, going on from Anthony Davis to Rajon Rondo. Yes, Rajon Rondo, you are IQ savvy, and I don't got shit to say about your play. I love the way you play. I love your intangibles, and I love how you lead teams. But when you sat down with Rachel Nichols a few hours before the game, and you guaranteed that y'all was going to win game 5, you dumb motherfucker. Who the fuck guarantees a win, bruv? First of all, that's disrespectful as shit. Like, you guaranteeing a win in an NBA Finals game, like against a team who listens to all disrespect of that nature. You know they heard you. So you know these niggas coming out playing extra hard, extra greasy, extra grimy. They trying to do every little thing that they can in order to make sure what you said does not come true. They trying to do everything that they can to make sure you look dumb as fuck for sitting on national TV and saying that we will be winning the finals in game 5. Like, who the fuck does that, Rajon Rondo? Rondo, you tripping for that. Why the fuck would you do that? Why in the fuck would you guarantee some shit like that when dogs are here to play? Not boys, not men, dogs, hounds, fucking ruthless, just hungry. Like, come on, bro. And then I was thinking too, right? Like, it's easy, of course, y'all see the mountaintop, y'all see the light, blah, 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 all that good shit. And y'all can taste the trophy. Y'all can taste the trophy. But the problem is, this is the problem. You know how in other instances or in other fields, they just say after a while, certain people aren't hungry anymore, right? So before you win anything, you hungry for a championship. You hungry to make it to the playoffs. You hungry for all of these things. And I heard someone say this before. He said, it's hard to be hungry when your stomach is stuffed. It's hard to be hungry when all you niggas just already got rings. All y'all already had y'all success. Only people who really fighting and who really want this shit is people who haven't had it, or people who are still chasing something specifically. Namely, LeBron James, who's still chasing and trying to cement his legacy so that way the majority views him over Michael Jordan. Other than that, the rest of y'all niggas' stomachs is stuffed. Y'all full already. Y'all like, for some of the young guys, like, we made it to the finals, so that's good. Some of the other guys, you looking like Anthony Davis, like, man, I got even more time. I can do something down here in LA. Niggas like Rondo, like, yeah, I won me a ring. I'm just chilling. I'm just going to try to help y'all win. It's just like, it's hard to be hungry when y'all stomach stuffed with all this bullshit that everybody feeding you, stuffed with all the fucking rings and the accolades of the past. It's hard to be hungry. It's hard to stay hungry. But who it's not hard to stay hungry for? The Heat. They're hungry as fuck. All them motherfuckers on that team, they ain't won shit. They hungry. And y'all letting them hang around. Now, y'all going to be in fucking trouble if y'all let them win Game 6. Because if y'all let them win Game 6, Game 7, it's a wrap. If they win Game 6, nigga, they winning 3 straight on you niggas, bro. They going 3-1 comeback, nigga, in the finals. Nigga, LeBron, this shit is going to destroy your legacy if this happens, bro. I swear to God, bro, this shit going to destroy your legacy. Now, I want to go back to Jimmy real quick in the Heat as a whole. Now, I appreciate this from Jimmy. Jimmy really put the Heat on his back. Of course, other players were involved, and everybody contributed. But the main thing for me, he never quit, he never gave up, and he never left the game. That's the crazy part. Like, Jimmy never left the game. Jimmy Butler played 47 out of 48 minutes. 47 out of 48 minutes. He was on the court all but 60 seconds. 60 seconds. That is the only amount of time he did not play in Game 5. That is it. He wanted this shit more than he wanted it more than anybody. 35 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and only 2 fouls. While he guarded for the whole night LeBron James and Anthony Davis. He only fouled twice while guarding LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And still scored 35 fucking points. That is a monster. He's a fucking monster. It's just insane. It's insane. And, you have your other guys, Duncan Robinson had a big night, 26 points. Tyler Hero, he contributed with 12. Bam contributed with 13. Crowder had 11. And Nunn had 14. And that's literally all the scoring that was done. Literally, like, fucking Jimmy Butler and Duncan Robinson accounted for fucking, 61 points out of the 111. Like that, bro. Like, it's pretty amazing. But the most amazing part is 47 minutes with 35 points and only 2 fouls. In the entire game, you're guarding LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And you only committed 2 fouls. That is... Fuck, that's amazing. Like, that's all I can say. I really can't say anything else besides it's amazing. And, yeah, like, go fucking Heat. Jimmy motherfucking buckets. And the last thing about that game is that I want to talk about, Danny Green, you're a fucking bum. Danny Green, you're a bum. Get the fuck out the league. It's done. It's over with for you. You coming off the bench. You coming in spurts. It doesn't work for you. You're the kind of fucking guy who needs to be in the whole time so you can stay warm and you can get shots and blah, blah, blah. Because that's insane. Y'all had opportunity. LeBron James made the right basketball play. And granted, this is the issue that a lot of people, when it comes to the Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate, have with LeBron James. He always makes the right basketball play. And people might say, why the fuck is that a problem when he always makes the right basketball play? Well, always making the right basketball play means that sometimes the right play is going to be in the wrong person's hands. Because the right play was to give it to Danny Green. Yes, the right play was to drive and kick the ball. But he gave it to Danny Green. Granted, you like, what? But it's Danny Green. And he was wide the fuck open. There was no one around. There was no one anywhere near him. No one anywhere near him. and he could not knock down the wide open three. Nigga, I can make that three. And I'm 5'6", nigga. Like, I can make that three, Danny Green. And I haven't been shooting my entire life. I can make that three. You were wide the fuck open, and you clanked it. Like, it wasn't even close to, like, it. The only thing you could have done worse was airball that bitch. It just clanked. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it might go. No, nigga, it just clanked. Danny Green, get the fuck out the league, bro. Why are you here? Just shit, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is, oh, my God. Danny. Fuck, bro. Like, man, look, y'all done. But what you can look forward to is Game 6. Game 6, you might be able to redeem yourself, do something like that. Now, as far as my predictions for Game 6, that's coming on Sunday, I do believe, once again, I'm still in this belief that I just don't see how the Lakers can let this slip away from them. I don't see how LeBron can let it slip away from him, right? But in that same breath, I saw him do everything he could to not lose the game yesterday, but they still lost the game. So, maybe LeBron is too old to completely take over the game and just say, give me the ball no matter what, we're going to win. So that's an issue. However, keys to the game for the Heat in Game 6. Jimmy Butler has to go all out again. Jimmy Butler has to play at least 44 minutes. Jimmy Butler has to be aggressive. Jimmy Butler has to take at least 18 shots. He has to take at least 18 shots. Because from how he plays, him taking 18 shots, I know he'll make 8, 9, maybe 10 of them. So he has to take at least 18 shots. He has to get at least another 9. He has to get about 12, 13 assists. And the rebounds, him getting about 8, 9 rebounds off of misses. Usually when he gets a rebound from a miss, he's just out hustling, out dogging someone else. So that's a big key to the game. And also another big key to Game 6, if they want to win, we're going to need you guys to hit your threes. Just hit your threes when you're open. That's really it. You guys did a good job of it in Game 5. They were almost, but no, we were going to say 42% from 3. So 42% from 3 is great. So, I think Duncan Robinson was like 2 of 13, and then Tyler Hero was 2 of 3. So together at 9 of 16. That's great. So between those two, they were over 50% from 3. And that's what we need again. We need them two to just continue to drain those threes. We need Jay Crowder, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo to continue to be defensive monsters and just stop and hold Anthony Davis and LeBron. And granted, yeah, Anthony Davis and LeBron, Anthony Davis still scored 28 points and LeBron still scored 40. That's huge. But the others didn't really do anything. There was only one other person in double digits, which was Caldwell Pope, and he had 16. And after that, the closest person to him was 8 points. So you guys just keep doing what you're doing. Stay aggressive. Stay relentless. Get every loose ball. Scrap hard. Fight, claw, and just don't give in. Don't give in. And to all my gamblers out there, keep taking the Heat first quarter. Because the Heat first quarter is a fucking bet, bro. The Heat won the first quarter last night, and they was plus 2.5, right? Like, you hear that, right? And then in the game prior to that, I think was the first time they didn't do shit in the first quarter. Now, I think they lost their first quarter by 4, and in the game before that, they won their first quarter by 3. And in the game before that, they were only down by. But anyway, Heat first quarter is always a good bet, or Heat first half, because just the kind of way that they play, they're so intense. They come out with so much intensity, like at some point it'll fall off. But on that initial, that's when you need to get them. All right, it's been almost 20 minutes of me talking nothing but about that game, so I need to leave that shit alone. And I need to move on to something else. So let's talk about the NFL. Let's talk about Thursday's nice football game, Bears versus Bucks. Go Bears. Go Bears. Go. Like, oh my fucking God, bro. If you didn't know, I'm a Chicago Bears fan. Chicago everything. I'm a big Bears fan. Huge, diehard Bears fan. I love the Bears to my fucking core, to my fucking soul. And nothing made me more happy than that defensive onslaught that they put on Tom Brady and his Tampa bitches yesterday. Right? Tom Brady and his Tampa bitches. So Tom bitch and his Tampa Brady's. I don't fucking know. Just, I love that shit, man. It was a fucking excellent game. Again, the offense is still struggling to find their stride or whatever. But what I do like is that, Nick Foles in the offense, they give you drives and spurts of moments where they can really, rev things up and get a good chunk of yardage and get some points on the board. For example, yesterday, we were struggling a bit, trying to get everything on the same page. A few errors and just some bullshit. And we're not gonna get into all that shit because I'm just excited that we won. And I think within 1 minute and 21 seconds we scored 14 points. So that's beautiful, right? And I was a little nervous at first. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. But when I knew the Bears were gonna win, when I knew for facts, with no fucking without a glimmer or a fucking smidget of doubt, when Kyle Fuller put that hit, I think it was a running back or something, sent that nigga to the blue tent. He hit the fuck out of that boy. Now, for most people who've watched Tom Brady over the years, he loves to throw to the tight ends and the running backs. And one of his favorite routes to throw to them in is the, I'll call it a crossing route, or just running across the middle of the field. He loves throwing into his running backs and the tight ends on quick slants and crossing routes and shit like that, where the tight end or the running back in some way, shape, or form runs across the middle of the field. Correct? Yes. And usually, what Tom Brady would do, he either throws it, in the chest, in the numbers, or he throws it in front of them. In general, when he throws it, because of his accuracy, I'm gonna just break down how I see his communication with where he places the ball. If he's throwing the ball in front of you, he's leading you to the ball because you have room to run. If he's throwing the ball into your chest and your numbers, that's him letting you know you don't have room to run. You're about to get hit. So on this particular play, I'm pretty sure it's the running back. He had it was either Danny Trevathan or Roquan Smith trailing him, and he caught the ball on the numbers, slightly behind him. And in Tom Brady's offense, or how Tom Brady does it, that's just letting you know you're about to get hit. You need to, fold and roll down. Thank you for getting the 5-6 yards. Don't worry about trying to get any more. But this guy, he was thinking about going yard. Like, I'm going to grab this ball and keep running. And he grabbed that ball, took 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, boom! That was it. Sorry for yelling. That was it. Kyle Fuller laid him the fuck out with a beautiful tackle. Textbook, no penalties, no nothing. He hit him so hard, they just threw the flag just because. They talking about defenseless. They know shit defensive player, nigga. You took 3 steps and turned your head. That's a football move. And on top of that, it created a fumble. And because he took those 3 steps and he turned his head, that is a catch and a fumble because you made a football move. Thank you very much. At that moment, I knew the Bears were going to win. And Khalil Mack played out of his mind. I'm pretty sure, counting the sack that was taken away by penalty, Khalil Mack had 3 sacks. 3 sacks, 2 quarterback hits, and 2 tackles for loss. That's amazing. More than 2 tackles for loss, but that's amazing, bro. That's the shit that we need to see. That is what we need. That is the shit that we need. Them doing shit like that, that puts us where we need to be. So now we're 4-1. And now it's just us and the Packers at the top of the NFC North. Look, I like our chances, man. I don't give a fuck how well Aaron Rodgers' bitch ass is playing, but I like our chances. Anyway, back to the Thursday night game. And then it was a great game and all. Very defensive, field goals, only a few touchdowns. And I loved it because I love a defensive game. Now, I don't know if I'm tripping or is Tom Brady tripping or is it the coach or like who the fuck tripping, bro? At the end of the game, we fucked up coaching-wise, right? We kept throwing the ball, and they kept stopping the clock. So at the end of the game, we had to kick a field goal and made it 20-19. And when we did that, we left like a minute 13 on the clock, and now we're giving the ball back to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's a big fuck up on our part. Matt Nagy, I'm looking directly at you. You are the head coach. Time and clock management is extremely important. We should have not been in that situation. We should have ran that clock out as much as we can and gave that fucking ball back with 20 seconds left. Even if that meant taking a couple penalties, just to make sure we get every single second off of that clock, okay? Now, we didn't do that, so Tom Brady gets the ball back. They're trying to march it down the field. I'm thinking this is about to be horrible. I'm thinking about, damn, they're going to get down here. They're going to make this field goal. And Tom Brady loses count. He loses track of what down it is. How do you, Tom Brady, Mr. Comeback King, Tom Brady, Mr. Extreme Poison, all this other shit, Tom Brady, how do you forget that it's fourth down? How do you think it's third down? How does that happen? How? Yo, he looks so confused on the sideline. He's sitting there holding up a 4 when everybody else is walking off the field. He's sitting there holding up a 4 when everybody's walking off the field. And quiet as it's kept. I was talking to my uncle about this. I ain't gonna lie to you. Tom Brady, it looked like the painkillers had just kicked in. His face was all pale. His eyes looked all glossy, and he kind of looked like out of sorts. Like it was nuts. It looked like during halftime they gave him some pain injections or something. And you know how there's like this little latency period or what's a better word to use it? Just like a little delay. Like you get a medication or whatever, and then after a while, it quickly takes the pain away, but certain effects just don't hit until later on. It seemed like, they might have gave him some lidocaine, which is like some numbing agent shits, because all the punishment he was taking. And on top of that, they might have gave him another painkiller, but, maybe a delayed release. He looked high as fuck, bro. He looked like he took drugs at halftime. Like, please, go. Whoever, y'all listen to this, go back and look at that man's face. He was pale. His eyes were glossy with a little red in it. Like, he looked high. He looked like he did not know what the fuck was going on. And then I love how he answered the post-game conference. They asked this man, did you really think it was fourth down? That nigga said, I think I was thinking about more chunk yards than thinking about first down, so I chose to throw it to the wrong person. Like, bro, everybody saw you hold up 4 fingers, bro. Like, what the? He just straight lied. He fucking lied. He fucking lied with a bold, straight face and didn't give a fuck. He just said, yo, like, man, look, this is the reality. I saw the dude underneath. He was open, and that would have got us the first down. But fuck a first down. I wanted 20 yards. I don't give a fuck if it's fourth down. So that's his excuse. His excuse was, I don't give a fuck if it's fourth. Fuck that first. I want 25 yards to put onto my stats. That nigga's a bum. Oh, shit. Tom was high as fuck, and he old as fuck. Early onset dementia or something on. Oh, fuck, man. Now, enough of that game. Bears won. I'm happy as shit. I want to talk about some other shit. One of the defensive backs for the Cowboys did a little press conference or some shit like that, right? And they asked my man about the effort and all this other shit, and he kept it 1,000% honest. Maybe a little too honest. Maybe he should have took a couple classes from Tom Brady before he answered this question. That man said, yo, it's impossible to play 100% and do everything at 100% every fucking time. Like, you can't expect anybody to run 7 plays and run 100% of the time. Now, this is true. This is very true. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not killing him for this because it is true, especially for the position he plays. He's a defensive back. He runs constantly, and he needs to pick and choose his spots where he's going to run all out, and when he's going to take a little break, and when he's going to try to build up his energy. Because defensive back and linebackers, they don't really switch out as often as a fucking offensive player, or like just other areas of position. Like defensive back and linebackers, they hardly ever switch out, and linemen they don't really go that much distance. They're just fighting each other back and forth. You're just literally fighting with another man, and that's it. War of attrition kind of thing. So he didn't. He was being honest. He wasn't lying. It's technically, it probably is impossible for you to, for 3 hours straight, constantly run and you never see a fall off. That's true. And the only way to make sure there isn't a fall off is by you picking and choosing your spots. When am I not going to give as much effort because I know the play's happening on the other side of the field and they should be tackled already, right? That's very true. But, bro, you're not supposed to say that shit. You're not supposed to tell niggas that shit, bro. You're supposed to be like, yo, we try as hard as we can, blah, 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 blah. But with him saying that shit, what that tells me is he's going like, yo, nigga, I do my job. It's other niggas who ain't doing their job. And the nigga who coaching not calling these defensive plays, right? Because if you think about it, right, the only way you will be comfortable enough saying that is if you know when the plays come your way, you cancel them shits out. You make them like, they done. So quiet as it kept, I think Xavier Woods, I researched him a little bit. I looked. He's like top 5 when it comes to pass protection of balls thrown his way. So when shit is in his area, he's bananas, top 5 for his position in the league. So to me, what he's saying is that you motherfuckers is playing trash, and the coach is calling a trash-ass game. When the ball comes my way, I do my shit. But everybody pick and choose their spots, And I think one of his teammates pointed to communication. But he basically used communication to say the exact same thing Xavier Woods said. So if you communicate better, you can pick and choose your spots better. And when you pick and choose your spots better, the defense plays faster. Some shit like that. But anyway, Xavier Woods, you a real ass nigga. But stop telling the world that you was a little too honest, bro. You need to go take a couple of the Tom Brady master classes on how to lie to the media or how to not answer their question and answer their question at the same time. That shit is insane, bro. Like, that shit is nuts. But much respect to Xavier Woods. Now, before I get off football, I want to talk about these upcoming games on Sunday and let y'all know what I think about them, and and give y'all some game. So first things first, we got Panthers versus Falcons. Oh my God, this should be a win for the Panthers, to be honest. Like, I heard some people saying that Falcons got to win and won, but they don't. Falcons can go 0-16. The Falcons can go 0-16. It's okay. Yes, they have Julio Jones. Yes, they have Todd Gurley. And yes, they have Matt Ryan. But they can still go 0-16. They are fucking trash. Look, and it's not, it's not necessarily the offense's fault. The offense puts up points. Like, to be honest, the offense does their thing. I think the offense is averaging almost 27 points a game. I mean, they try. And then I want to say 2 out of their 4 games been close. The game they played with us, they was winning. That was a close game, but we came back and won. The game they played against Dallas, that was a close game, but Dallas came back and won. And those wins, those 2 losses against Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys, that was coaching, really. Coaching and execution that fucked them out of those games. The Green Bay game and the Seahawks game, you kind of figured that the Seahawks was going to do that. Was going to come back, find a way to win, and win by 13. In the Green Bay game, after seeing Dallas in the Chicago game, you figured Green Bay was going to beat them by 2 TDs. That was expected. Now, I heard people, I was at the casino, I heard some guy talking, he was like, his exact words. He said, I'm riding with the Falcons again this week. And the young lady who was talking to him said, what? He said, they got to win one. Like, no, nigga, they don't. I turned around. I'm like, I don't mean to bother your conversation, my guy. But they don't have to win. It's only a 16-game season. That's long and short at the same time. It's long because they play such a physical game. And week in and week out, they got to keep going and playing this physical game where they getting punched in the face, basically. But then again, it's short in the fact that there are only 16 games. So you can lose all 16 times. This isn't an 82-game season where it's damn near impossible for you to go 0-82 because certain teams will take nights off in an 82-game season. This isn't 162-game seasons where a fucking team hits the 100-win mark way sooner than anybody expected to. So now they're just seeing what lineups would work when the playoffs come around. So a trash team might be able to get them in a series. No, this is football. You have 16 games, and you can lose all 16 games. So expect the Panthers to beat the Falcons on Sunday. Whether it's a come-from-behind win or it's a straight-out win, Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers will beat the Falcons. And the crazy part, the Falcons is favored. They got the Falcons at they had them at a 2.5-point favorite. This shit's it's down to 1.5 now, but it's like, fuck, bro. There's a reason Todd Gurley got cut from the fucking Rams, bro. Next game, Raiders versus Chiefs. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a tough one, right? Kansas City Chiefs favored by 12 points. So if you are gambling, take the Raiders for that plus 12. That's real. Take the Raiders for plus 12. But as far as straight up wins and losses, Kansas City should win. The Chiefs defense has been playing a little better, but the Raiders they do have a pretty explosive offense, and a lot of people are going to be looking at the Raiders because of their last 2 games. Buffalo, they only got 23 points, and against New England, they only got 20 points. Buffalo has a pretty decent defense, and New England has a Bill Belichick defense, which is the whatever you think you do amazing, we're going to take it away defense. So that tight end that they got, Waller, they had him fucking looking like fucking a Pop Warner player. They had that guy, man, they had him like nowhere to be found. Like he wasn't touching a fucking ball. So if you're looking at the spread, take the Raiders for the spread. And if you just, betting your buddy, Kansas City will win the game. Raiders will cover the spread. Next game, Cardinals and Jets. Okay, the fucking Cardinals have been irritating the fuck out of me because after those first 2 games, I really thought Kyler Murray, with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, that he was going to take off going crazy. But Cardinals lost their last 2 games with Kyler Murray really having some horrible games, to be honest. The last game wasn't as horrible, but yeah, it's all still been horrible. However, they face the New York Jets tomorrow. And it's perfect, right? So because of how many points the Jets put up last week in the last 2 games from the Cardinals are only favored by a single touchdown, 7 points. Now, to some, that might, because of the circumstances, you might be looking at that like, I might take the Jets for plus 7. Do not take the Jets. Do not touch the Jets. The Jets are fucking trash, and do not let the little fucking 28-point game that they had against Denver fool you. This is the same team who cannot score over 17 points. So the Jets probably won't make it to 17 points, and the Cardinals will get about 26-30, right? Take the Cardinals for the win. I like the Cardinals over the Jets, and I like the Cardinals to get a good bounce back after doing all this shit, and the Jets to have a letdown. And you're thinking, how can the Jets have a letdown if they lost the first 4 games? By that, I mean they probably got a little confidence from last week's game versus the Broncos, and they're thinking like, "Oh man, our offense is starting to come along." It's not. Your offense is not starting to come along. You are not good. Jets, you are horrible, and you can barely score for 17. You could barely score for 17. So Cardinals for the win, and they will cover their spread. Next game, Eagles versus Steelers. Oh my God, my beloved Eagles. Fucking. The Eagles are fucking horrible. So the Eagles are playing the Steelers, which is funny. So the Eagles, I have two younger brothers. One's an Eagles fan, the other's a Steelers fan. Steelers are 3-0. The Eagles are 1-2-1. You can imagine who's happy and who's sad. Holy shit, you can just imagine, right? Oh, they got the spread at 7 for the Steelers. The Steelers will win. That is facts. The Eagles are just not good enough. I'm sorry. Last week game against San Francisco is going to fool people. But remember, San Francisco, damn near their entire almost all their starters are fucking injured. Almost all their main guys are injured. And you only won by 5 points. And 49ers still had an opportunity to win the game. So the Steelers will win. They will win. Will they cover the spread? I don't know. But the Steelers will win. The Eagles are just not ready. Alshon Jeffrey is out. Deshaun Jackson is out. It's just, they've been out, but still, like, it's just not, you're not good, Eagles. Like, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Maybe y'all can try to, like, nah, you can't fix shit. Like, the Eagles will not win, and it'll be a Steelers party. And my youngest brother will be ecstatic. And our middle brother will be sad as fuck. That's some crazy shit. Rams versus the Washington football team. Rams. I ain't really going to talk about that. It's just the Rams will win. Bengals versus Ravens. Ravens will win, but at plus 12, the Bengals might be able to cover. The Ravens, they win, but because of these crazy ass spreads, they haven't been able to cover really. Like just last week, the Bengals I think were 14 point or 15 point favorites over the Washington football team, and they either pushed, depending on where you bet at or whatever, they either pushed or fucking covered by one. So I wouldn't take that minus 12, but the Ravens will win. Texans versus Jaguars. This is some shit. This might be some good plus money, to be honest. The Texans are favored minus 5.5. They just recently fired the coach. But the Jaguars are the Jaguars, and there are a shit ton of questionable marks around both teams when it comes to defensive players, especially the fucking Jaguars. Like, they just, man, a safety, a defensive tackle, 2 linebackers, a cornerback, all either injured reserve or questionable. So you can see them struggling. In Houston's defense, they have a few questionable guys and guys who may or may not play, but their main guys are still there. By main guys, I mean J.J. Watt. So, I'm not going to lie. I want to say the Jaguars are going to win. But that'll be too many teams going to 0-5. I want to say the Jaguars. If the Jaguars they might win. No. The Jaguars ain't gonna win. The Texans gonna win, but I want to bet it's gonna be a good game. How about that? Because if the Texans had a little rough of it, right? They played the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Vikings for their first 4 games. With reports coming out that J.J. Watt and the fucking old coach was beefing heavy. Like, with that coming out now, it's like, damn. I see why y'all win none of those games. Because those some hard opponents, man. So, the Texans should win, but I got a feeling about them Jaguars, man. 49ers, Dolphins, Jimmy Garoppolo back. No matter how many people hurt for the 49ers, I don't know if Fitzmagic going to be enough to beat the 49ers at at Levi Stadium. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see that happening. No. I can't see the 49ers losing to the Dolphins. Colts versus Browns. Now this one is interesting because the Browns had that crazy offensive showing versus the Cowboys' trash fucking ass. And the Colts, like I said, quiet as it's kept, has probably the first or second best defense in the entire league. So I want to say the Colts should win, but you never know, man. You never know. This game is a toss up. To be honest, this is out of most of the games out of all the games, this may be the only toss up. This may be the only game where I'm like, it can go either way. Like that is a complete toss up. And the line reflects that they have them even. It's a pick'em game. They didn't even give a spread. Like yeah, that's rough. Because the Browns defense is like they do some things. So especially with Myles Garrett over there. So yeah, that's a straight toss up. You have the Giants versus the Cowboys. Obviously, the Cowboys should win. Especially with the Giants not having Saquon Barkley. But, man, wouldn't it be nice for Jason Garrett to come in and get a win over the Cowboys in Dallas? Like, man, Dallas is trash, so I'm going to say take the Giants for the spread. And if you got big balls, nigga, take Giants money line. Because the Cowboys don't. Them niggas gave up damn near 100 points in 2 games. Fuck the Cowboys. nigga, take the Giants, bro. I know it seemed grim. I know it seemed crazy. If everybody who listening, take the Giants. Take the Giants tomorrow. It's a 1 o'clock Pacific time game. Take the Giants, nigga. And last game on Sunday night gonna be the Vikings versus Seahawks. Seahawks should do their thing, and if Seahawks win, it's gonna be their first 5-0 start in I think franchise history, which is insane if you think about it. But the Vikings have looked okay, but it's looked like something is missing. Something's going on, and by something's going on, I mean Kirk Cousins. He's having a very Rex Grossman year, but he doesn't have that 06 Bears defense to back him up. No, deadass. I don't want to say Rex Grossman because he only got 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Rex Grossman at this point in the season probably would have had like fucking 17 touchdowns and 15 interceptions already. But but I mean, he on his way. Like literally 6 TDs, 6 interceptions. This is, and yeah. So yeah, take the Seahawks. They're -7. That'll be good shit. Monday, we got the Broncos and Patriots because of this whole COVID shit. They doing Monday Night Football along with the Chargers and Saints. And for the first time in fucking 10 years, we have a Tuesday night game, Bills versus Titans, because of COVID. Which can't have Titans miss too many fucking games. Because I think this year we're only doing 1 bye week. So, yeah. Or however the fuck. I don't know. Never mind. Scratch what I just said. Anyway, Bills, Titans, Tuesday. I'll talk about the Monday night and the Tuesday night game on a later day. Yeah, I'll talk about those on Monday. But yeah, so those the picks, man, for Sunday. That's just gonna be wild. It's just gonna be nuts. And on from the NFL, this college football is getting a little crazy, bro. With all these niggas missing this time, or like the schedules not being how they supposed to be, and nobody's like you got teams that haven't played any games at all facing a team that's already played 4 games. We getting some upsets in this bitch. Like, it's been some upsets in college football, man. Like, it's been pretty nuts. I think I'm recording this podcast on Saturday. Missouri has beat LSU. Oklahoma has beat Texas. Fucking NC State, I think they were like a 12-point underdog, has beat Virginia. And that's not NC State's only upset. Because, like, I'm not understanding why NC State keeps being this crazy-ass dog. Well, I think they were ranked last year. So, yeah, this season alone for NC State beat Wake Forest by 3. I mean, that's nothing to cry home about, but that's pretty decent. They lost to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech throttled their ass. So, the week after that, they were big underdogs to Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh by 1. And then again today versus Virginia, they were, I think, double-digit underdogs again, and they won by 17. Like, that's insane. In the previous game, I think that was played on Friday, you had Georgia Tech playing Louisville, and Louisville were a weird favorite. They were -5, and I hate -5. I hate those weird-ass numbers. But Georgia Tech beat their ass by damn near 30. That shit was embarrassing because that's Georgia Tech. Like, the Bumble Jackets, whatever the fuck their name is, like, they not known for sports. Like, they known for like, smart niggas go to Georgia Tech. Like, like, don't, like, what the fuck? Well, man, for this college shit, man, just, it's so much college football on today, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm really just waiting for all the teams to begin. Other conferences like the Big Ten and I think the Midwestern Conference or whatever the fuck shit called. I got like the Akron Zaps and all the other shit. Those teams, they're starting their season like October 24th or some shit like that. That week, that's when their season's going to start. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to see how the season plays out and how we integrate everything and how these college teams just get all these games in, because it just seems like, man, everybody's just fishing for games. It took Baylor like 3 weeks just to get a game approved. They were trying to play games for 2 weeks straight before they finally got a game. So that's really something to see. Now, some other shit I want to talk about, which is some good shit, is actually soccer. Now, I know not that many people watch soccer. Maybe a lot of people do. I don't know. But we're getting ready to close this shit down in a minute. But before I go, I want to talk soccer. Not the little fancy European shit. Man, fuck all that. I'm talking Major League Soccer. I'm talking about right here on U.S. soil. That shit, I mean, it ain't the best shit to watch. It's decent, But if you a gambling man, pay attention to soccer, man. They be having some sweet situations, man. It ain't your normal European shit, so you don't got the best defense, nor do you have the best goalies. So if you live in Vegas like I do, and sometimes you're looking for just a little extra something to throw on a ticket, check out some of these overs in these soccer games. They're gonna look a little higher than normal, and by normal I mean compared to the big European names that you might see, where you always see a total at 2 or 1.5 or 2.5. Most of these totals are going to be at 3. Some might even be at 3.5. And that's because they score a lot. So if you see totals at 2, 2.5, I mean, you might be able to catch something on the slide. You might be able to go and throw a little extra sprinkle on your ticket, And that reminds me of another thing. Wait, before I move on to that, just Major League Soccer, look out for it. I'm actually going to start, giving out a little bit more information on Major League Soccer and some shit that's going on in there. Like, I'm not the biggest soccer fan, but if you gambling, and, it's those certain days where you looking for another pick, like, fuck, I need another one, or it ain't really shit on. But you didn't know, they played soccer games 2-3 times a week. I mean, hey, you might find something, man. You never know. And another sport that I'm really looking to come back, that I can't wait to come back, is women's college. Women's college basketball. That shit is love. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit is love. Nigga, women's college basketball. Bro, you don't got to worry about no bullshit. And in general, women's basketball, the better team usually always wins. Like for real. There's no big fucking national TV coverage. None of that. It's just some girls, or women rather, in the gym playing basketball, doing what the fuck they love to do. Like, that shit is beautiful. And you might look at those lines and be like, fuck, these motherfuckers got to win by 25? The fuck these bitch. But nah, they going to cover that shit. They going to cover that 25. I swear to God, bro, they going to cover that 25. So just let's check these sports out, man. Like, look, I ain't saying make it your favorite sport. I'm just saying these shits is in a tuck, low key. And I fuck with them. They doing their shit. But now that we done with all that, and I don't know how the fuck I waited this long to bring up baseball. Maybe because I'm a little hurt. But now it's time to talk about baseball. I guess I'm a little hurt, okay? I picked the Yankees yesterday to win. I picked the Yankees to win Game 5 and go on to the championship round, championship series, and they lost. They gave up 2 home runs. I thought Garrett Cole was gonna hold it down for me, but still in all, what I saw was an amazing game. And what I saw from Tampa Bay has me thinking that the shit I said about the Dodgers is even more true for Tampa Bay. And to remind you what I'm talking about, a few episodes ago, I was talking about how the Dodgers, how their bullpen and their starters combined maybe like, it's at the top of the league, of course. But their starters plus their bullpen combined with their bats, it seems damn near impossible to beat them. And I was saying that against the Padres was having issues figuring out who they were going to start when the Dodgers were pulling people out of the bullpen who could very well be the first, the second, or the third guy in the Padres rotation, right? So that's that shit I was talking before. But after really closely watching these Tampa Bay Rays for the past few weeks, these fucking guys are fucking insane. Bro, fucking, they hit the second home run, right? So they make the score 2-1. And that's at the bottom of the 8th. Now it's like, all right, bet. Yankees do some Yankee magic. Hit a home run or some shit. Or get a 2-run homer. And they still got Castillo in the game. But you see in the bullpen warming up, it's fucking Charlie Morton and Blake Snell. It's like, it's like, yo, like, no matter who they come out, no matter how this shit go, we got Charlie Morton and Blake Snell getting ready. Like, that is insane. What the fuck they doing in Tampa Bay is insane. And I'm here to say it now. And yes, I know the Dodgers got bets. And yes, I know the Dodgers got pitchers. Tampa Bay winning the World Series. And I'm jumping right over Houston. Like, Houston, y'all ain't ready. Y'all are not ready for what the fuck Tampa Bay got. So, Tampa Bay winning the World Series. Dodgers should beat the Braves. So, it should be Dodgers versus Tampa Bay for the World Series. And Tampa Bay will beat the Dodgers. That's just how I see it. A 7-game series against all this pitching. As long as the manager manages right, I don't see how Tampa Bay can be stopped, really. And if I'm not mistaken, Tampa Bay did win 40 out of 60 games. So, I mean, for baseball, that's fucking amazing, especially when you basically get no rest, no breaks, no nothing like that. Like, that's insane. Yeah, man, I'm a fucking believer now. I'm a fucking Tampa Bay Rays believer. That, man. And it's crazy because I remember when I was younger reading before that Derek Jeter made more, or was it A-Rod? Probably one of them or both of them made more money than the entire Tampa Bay, back when they were the Devil Rays roster. Just one individual player from the Yankees made more money than the entire roster of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays back in the day. And now the Devil Rays are fucking pitching lights out and hitting crunch time home runs. And the fucker who hit the home run in the bottom of the 8th isn't even an everyday player. He's an off-day player, so meaning like he only plays a game like every 3 days or some shit like that, or every 3 games. Like, he doesn't even play every day. And he had a hidden home run on his day that he played, and he ain't played the whole fucking series, the first game played in the series. Like, that's fucking nuts. Or maybe not the first game he played in the series, but it was only like the second game he played in the series. That's insane. That's how you do it. I think his last name was Meadows or some shit like that. But that's insane. But I got Tampa Bay winning everything. Fuck this, man. Fuck it. Like, it's just, I don't see how you can combat that, right? Like, Blake Snell, Glasnow, fucking Charlie Morton, and then you got a manager not stuck in his old school ways of my starter has to go for 7 innings or has to go for 6 or nowadays has to go for 5. And I remember a few years ago when Tampa Bay first started doing this, I thought it was the craziest shit I ever seen. Like, and by doing this, I mean, like, they used an entire bullpen to pitch a game. Like, they didn't just say, all right, here's our one starter. Here, he's going to pitch for 6, 7 innings. They put someone in the game for an inning and 2/3. Put someone else in the game for an inning and a third. Put someone else in the game for 2/3 of 2/3 of inning. Like, and they hit you with 9-10 pitchers over the course of an entire game. Like, that's insane. That is insane. Like, the freshness of each arm. Like, it was almost like no need for us to have a superstar stud ace. We have our guys who are good enough to pitch 4, pitch 5, pitch 6 when we ask them to. But on certain days when, everyone's tired and all they can do is give us their best effort for 2 innings, that's perfectly fine. Because we have about 10 guys who can pitch perfect for 2 innings. And that brings me to fucking Araldo Chapman. Fuck, I can't say his fucking first name for shit. Aroldis Chapman. Chapman. Now, I've been saying this in my own little circles for a while now. Chapman's a fucking bum, to be honest. Like, if you really think about it, he's a supreme one-trick pony. He is like the utter definition of one-trick pony. He is only still in the league because he can throw the ball from time to time at 100 miles per hour. That is the only reason why he's in the league. Granted, yes, he helped the Cubs win a World Series. This is very true. Was he still on the team? I'm pretty sure he was. But either way it go, Chapman is a one-trick pony. And once you get your timing right, you can hit a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Like, people see 100 miles per hour and they be like, oh my God, 100 miles per hour. Yeah, but the faster you throw the ball, the less funk, the less pizzazz you can put on the ball. It can't cut as much. It can't curve as much. It can't curl as much. It can't drop down as much because it's just going so fast. And you only throwing it like fucking on, like 40 feet or some shit. So that little one-trick pony bullshit of this 100-mile-per-hour fastball or cutter or whatever, like, it's just bullshit. Because if you can hit a ball going at 97, why the fuck can't you hit a ball going at 100, 102? And we've seen it happen time and time again. Aroldis Chapman, he throws these hard fastballs and his location, his placement isn't always as good, so he gets behind in the count. And next thing you know, a batter takes him to a 13-pitch count at bat. And now you've thrown 13 pitches at 97 miles per hour and above. Now your arm is starting to wear down a little bit. And now here you go trying to get this final out. So you decide to go to your 100 mile per hour, 101 mile per hour fastball. So you go and throw the ball as hard as you can, except you're throwing it right over the plate. And except the person who is right there in the batter's box, who's been swinging at your pitches for the past 13 pitches, knows where you're going to go, and they know they just need to catch it. And you saw, I think Meadows was the name, off every pitch. His swing to be able to catch that ball got better and better with every fucking pitch until crack. Ball came in at 99, 100, and it went out the park at 105. Oh, shit. Chapman, go sit the fuck down, bro. Like, that little one-trick pony shit, like, that shit's over with, bro. Like, come on, man. You need a cutter. You need a curve. You need something, bro. Granted, you're a reliever, closer, whatever the fuck they got you labeled as. You just, that little one-trick pony shit is just not working. It's not working. I'm sorry, Chapman. You need to go sit down, whatever, and then, come back when you can, bro. And on that note, I'm going to be the fuck up out of here, right? Like I said, I got Tampa Bay winning the series versus Houston, and I got the Dodgers winning the series versus the Braves. I mean, the Braves look really, really good. Houston looks really, really good, but Tampa Bay looks way better, and the Dodgers look like the Dodgers. But another thing, okay, so I expect the Dodgers to go to the World Series, but they're going to lose the World Series. And I don't know what it was better. I don't know if it's better if the Dodgers lose now or lose later. Because if they keep going to World Series and keep losing, they're literally going to be the Bills of the 90s. I think I've said this before. Like, the Bills in the 90s went to like fucking 4 Super Bowls or some shit. And they lost them all. Yeah, so from 1990 to 1993, the Bills went to every Super Bowl. 4 straight Super Bowls. And they lost all 4. But like, that's what the Dodgers are becoming. How many times have the Dodgers went to the World Series, the championship series, like literally made it either to the mountaintop or to the series right before the mountaintop, and they've lost? It seems like every fucking year. Maybe I might be mistaken because I'm not a Dodgers fan and I don't keep up with it specifically, but I'm a baseball fan and I know for facts that these motherfuckers have been in it, trying to win it since like 2012. Like, literally, like, man. I remember when Magic Johnson became part owner of the team and shit, and, you know, they did a big press conference. They got Zach Greinke, they got Kershaw, they got all this shit, all these pitchers, all these bats. And still, nothing is being done. Like, you guys make it to almost the very end every single time and lose. So if you go there again and lose, like, I'm gonna just start calling y'all the LA Bills. The Los Angeles Bills. Fuck, bro. Like, this shit is insane. Like, literally, Dodgers fans, you guys should be scared out of your mind after watching that Tampa Bay game yesterday. Because that's what's in store for you. And then if you pay attention too much to that, the Braves might beat you. So that's the crazy, like, that's what you have in store. Is the Tampa Bay Rays doing that to you? Is the Tampa Bay Rays on a day when you're like, yo, all their pitchers is tired, and they take every pitcher and have every pitcher pitch an inning? Like, they were saying that the manager said, I don't want any of my guys to see this batting order, this batting lineup of the Yankees more than once. That is insane. That is insane. Anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. I'm already well over an hour. I said I was gonna keep these shits 30 to 40 minutes, but I got my shit off today. And I'm gonna get my shit off again on Monday. So expect another one of these podcasts to drop on Monday. And man, I think I might like doing this shit, you know, Monday through Saturday with Sundays off. Because Sunday is a holy day. Football is on. Anyway, thank you for watching or listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Right now, all the podcasts are available on YouTube. Pretty soon in the near future, the podcast will be available on most of the digital streaming platforms. And by that, I mean the Apple Podcast shit, the Spotify podcast shit, and then a couple other podcast platforms. So look forward to me dropping my shit on there pretty soon, and I'll also drop a backlog of of all the rest of the podcasts. So that way, when you guys in your cars or when you're working out or doing whatever, you can hear my beautiful voice talk all this shit to you. Anyway, again, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.